Hey traders, welcome to the weekly Forex forecast for the 1st of September. Into September already. One of the things that's really important understanding how to trade very successfully is to understand where the price is in terms of price cycle. So before I go into the weekly Forex forecast, you must understand where the price is in terms of price cycle. Is it achieving higher lows, higher highs? Is it achieving lower lows or lower highs? So this is really important. What we've got here in the DXY, we've got a wedge formation which has been formed and has been broken. And so therefore, we can expect further downside momentum to 96.74. When you're looking for a continuation pattern or a reversal pattern, reversals, you're looking for the price to come outside the channel. Outside the channel is a reversal point into a supply zone, into a demand zone. That is what you're looking for in terms of reversal. In terms of a continuation pattern, you're looking for a big fat beautiful buy signal, and the price goes up to this area, and then you're looking for a sell signal for a continuation pattern. So that's how it works. So we're talking about this throughout the video to help you understand a better way of trading so that you can be the top 1% traders in the world. I've been trading for 35 years and these are the charts I use every day. So DXY further downside to 96.73. Price cycle in terms of the Japanese yen is completely sideways. Anybody can see that. You don't have to be highly skilled to actually recognize that. But we can also see from the advanced pro charts where the overall trend is, but nonetheless the yen futures are not telling us anything at the moment, so we have to wait. There is a triangle formation here, so we have to wait for it to break upwards, or we have to wait for it to break downwards. We don't mind which way it goes, as long as we can see that, then we can trade the yens into the future. Once the yen futures goes up, all the yen pairs go down. That's the correlation. If yen futures weakens, then the yen pairs, euro, yen, pound, yen, etc. go up. Fairly simple concept, really. Swiss franc futures is much more interesting. As you probably can see, we've got a big, fat, beautiful buy signal, and the price is parabolic to the upside. So this, let's paint this green, shall we? Just so we know, we haven't got to recheck this, we can just see this. So a continuation pattern is likely from this buy signal up to 127.79. We don't trade future contracts, but we do trade Swiss franc pairs. So we can expect the Euro Swiss, the Pound Swiss, all the Swiss pairs, Aussie Swiss, to go down. So that's the correlation that we're looking for. Quick look at the indices. Further upside momentum is likely to 66.52 on the S&P 500. Is it a strong? It's a strong area here, likely to go down. So we're probably going to see something like this. But don't forget, we've got Labor Day tomorrow, Monday in the US and in Canada. So volumes are going to be very quiet indeed tomorrow. And then we've got non-farm payroll on Friday. So it's that week again where we're likely to see the action's going to be towards the beginning of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it's going to slow down in terms of the dollar anyway. And we'll be looking at the miners mostly into this week, and I'll show you which ones are my favorite. So the S&P 500 is looking mixed, but continued uptrend is likely up to 66.52. FTSE 100 is broken down, well, not broken down, it's actually just coming back from this area here. So we do expect a further downside into 91.38 and then up to 96.13 into this week. Hang Seng. You can clearly see the trend. You'll be looking for buys, higher lows being achieved. So as long as that holds on to market structure, we can expect the price to go up to 26,500. Aussie 200, similar pattern, similar trend into this area here. Whenever you see the price come down into this trend line here, it's a fantastic way to get in. You just dial down to the lower time frame, say the 4-hour chart, and you look for those high, strong demand areas. German DAX, we do expect further downside on the German DAX into this week. got a big fat beautiful sell signal of this very strong supply zone. So this 23,628 is going to be a very strong area to look out for into this week, where there's probably going to be a bounce back up into this area 24,600. Keep an eye on that. It's going to be an interesting ride. The US 30 Dow Jones Index coming into supply. You can see the trend is up. So when you see the price come down into these areas here, these are fantastic buying opportunities into the Dow Jones in this particular interest. Once you get into this area, this very low area, then we're very interested in this. Very interested in this. We can see it's coming to supply, so we are expecting the price to pull back into this week. How far it goes, we don't know, but I have a target here, 43,982. The Nasdaq's looking strong, actually. This has come back down but failed to go any higher. We've got a bit of a head and shoulders here, so that's interesting. This we're going to have to see how this plays out. There's the head, the left shoulder and the right shoulder. So any break down below this, you're going to see a big fall, but there's a long way to go yet. Silver, this is interesting, isn't it? Let's see how strong that supply zone is. Yeah, it's a strong supply zone, so a pullback is highly likely into this week. This hit our weekly Forex forecast target from last week, $30.49. Very nice too, and it has been rejected at that point. So further downside to 38.42 is our target, and then we're likely to see a bounce. In the VIP room, of course, we will be looking for strong demand areas into this area here on the lower time frame. So look out for that, where we're likely to see a nice bounce back up to $39.49. Gold had a lovely run, didn't it? Did you see that? We can see that on the gold on steroid software. Beautiful break here. Beautiful. Big fat buy signal on a buy power of 69. This is a weak supply area, so we do expect to pull back into this area here, which is 34.33. Back to that old number again, and then it should start to bounce up into this area here. So, but again, you're going to find that low volumes on Monday, and then low volumes heading into non-farm payroll day on Friday. So just be aware of that. Use your common sense throughout these things. Oil, we had a lovely run on oil, didn't we? Made a few quid. That's good. Not parabolic, but nonetheless further upside is likely. We can see this is now forming a channel here, so it's highly likely to head for $69.99 into this week. The dollar is mixed, as mentioned earlier. We're waiting to see where the DXY goes next. This is the euro dollar. We've got a buy signal, so we do expect it to come up into this area again, 11789. So any kind of pullback into these areas is likely to see a move upwards. It's not going to be a favourite trade because the dollar is likely to remain mixed for the future. Same with the pound USD. 137.04 is our target. Aussie USD, we had a beautiful move here. This is a fantastic example of a perfect trade in terms of rejection, of a bounce on demand using high liquidity. I'm going to go into the lower time frame in a minute because I want you to understand this as a trading opportunity. Once the price comes outside the channel, my head's in the way there, I can't see that. Let's move me down there. So once the price comes outside the channel, especially in an uptrend, there's going to be a big bounce. There's going to be a liquidity sweep. Everyone's going to be selling it, and they're doing the wrong thing. Outside the channel, look out for those. They are fantastic trades and make a lot of money. So let's go down, shall we, into the 4-hour chart and see how that panned out on the Advanced Pro charts. Aussie USD, and as we can see, into a very, very strong buy power of 78. Buy power of 78. Anything above 60 is strong. And especially if you see this price moving into a convergence area, so you've got demand here in blue, you've got this green demand area as well. Once they collide, then the institutions are getting ready, and you have an explosion to the upside. In terms of explosion, well, it might take a bit of time, but one thing we've got is a lot of time. Same for the Kiwi, of course. This broke up as well. Don't trade both. We expected the price to come back down, but we'll be cancelled in that order. US Swiss to the downside if the dollar continues to be weak. 79.08 is the number you're looking for. Any kind of pullback into these areas is going to be a great trading opportunity into this week. Again, if it correlates with the DXY, happy days. US Canadian has turned parabolic to the downside, as we can see into the Advanced Pro charts. Everything's red, so heading for 135.80. Any kind of pullback is going to be a selling opportunity. US yen is quite unusual. We'll look at the US yen. This is beautiful. We can see the price is now heading into a very strong demand area here, 146.82. So this should probably bounce in the next few days. Look at the trend. Clearly see where the trend is, and 150 is the price you're looking for. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart on the Advanced Pro charts, and we can see here, this is the US yen in close up on the 4-hour chart, and we can see that there's very strong demand here. Plus 78, buy power of 78. I love it. Just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So once you get convergence into this area, there's going to be a fantastic buying opportunity coming up, probably as soon as Monday or even Tuesday. Flicking through Euro Aussie, no extremes, no extremes. Pound Aussie, oh, this was beautiful. Hopefully you got that this week. If you're a VIP member, I've been trying to tell you what to do. Trade at your own risk, of course, but this is beautiful. This is exactly what you're looking for. Look at the price moving outside the channel. See those wicks there? And these are going to be rejected. As soon as the price moves outside the channel, it will be rejected, or you'll have a bounce. So we can see that the price is moving down. There are no wicks. This is something you should be looking for into this week, or short already. I don't know, you might be short on this already. You should be. Been giving you enough hints this week. I took 200 pips out of this, but this is what you're looking for. As soon as the price moves outside the channel on the daily, there's going to be a rejection, as you can see here. What you're looking for is a very high sell power 77. Very, very strong sell into a supply zone. Price goes down and you make a lot of money. We can see the target's already been given to you by the Advanced Pro charts. There is nothing for you to do. Now I do have a nice setup here. Again at this area. Is it strong enough? Yes, it is. Plus 73 buyer power here. So there could be a lovely bounce into this week as well. So having the charts will actually give you all the information, all the powers, and make better decisions throughout. Similar situation here in terms of the Euro Canadian. Please don't trade both. Choose one or the other. And we can see that the price is heading down. Once it heads down into this area, I'm going to be very interested in buying this. So look out for that this week. What is the number? I can hear you calling. 159.40 is the target for this week. Then I'll be looking to buy. Pound Canadian. Again, this was another beautiful trade. Absolute perfection as it came into this area. It didn't have what we call an outside buy. It didn't come outside the channel. This one did. And you had a big fall. This didn't come out, but it did have a sell into a supply zone. How strong was it? Easily tell there, plus 65. So not as strong as 65 is okay. 65 is okay. So 184.26 is the target, or even deep as 182.76. Let's see what that looks like on the 4-hour chart. There you go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. See, once you get into this area here, beautiful head and shoulders there, and the price gets rejected and goes down. The other thing you can do, of course, is you can actually measure the strength of this trend by just holding on, And you can see by this, there's a 99.3% chance of the price reversing. In other words, it's going to do this. More than likely, probably, highly probable. So take your profits and bank 214 pips if I were you. New Zealand Canadian to the upside, a beautiful convergence into demand, and the price is bouncing. It's going to take time to get there, but we've got a target here of 82.44. Euro New Zealand looks okay. The way that we measure the trend and how powerful it is, first of all, we see the power of our entry, sell power 73 into supply, with negative divergence, convergence, divergence, change of character, and then the price goes down, target 197, gives us a beautiful 284 pips profit. Can we measure how powerful this is? Yes, we can. We've got a 73% chance of it reversing, which is fine to hold on to that position for probably a few more days, and it will probably hit target in by that time anyway. Pound New Zealand, don't trade both. Don't trade both. Exactly the same. Exactly. Let's see what that looks like on the daily, shall we? Just for a bit of fun. Well, isn't that beautiful? It's like a fish out of water. The fish jumps out of the water, you don't like it, it has to jump back in. And the price goes down, 22.632 is the target. Aussie New Zealand, this looks beautiful as well. This looks beautiful. Beautiful buy signal, and now the price has finished outside the channel. So how do we get into this? Okay, we'll go down to the 4 hour, very, very simple and very, very easy. Buy sell power 68 into a very strong supply zone. You're going to see this price do this. I'll tell you exactly how it's going to go. So this is one of my favorite trades for this week. So top-down analysis is really important. Where is it in terms of price cycle? Is there going to be a deep correction? Is it a continuation pattern? That's easy to recognize. Further downside momentum is likely on the Euro Swiss. Remember what I said. Swiss franc futures are looking very strong to the upside. A continuation pattern. So this is highly likely to prove very profitable. If you get a spike and the price does this, I don't think it will, does this, then you immediately sell back down to 92.50. New Zealand Swiss to the downside, of course. Any pullbacks up into this area, we are looking for sells. All the Swiss were looking for sells. This looks good. This looks very good. Let's go down to the, this is the daily. Yeah, so this looks good. So we're expecting price to come up into this area. Then we go down to the 4 hour chart and we see where we get in. Looks red hot. What does it look like on the 4 hour? Oh, there you go. The buy signal was hitting our target just about, so 92.50. So we are expecting this price to come up into this area. You can see it already. The chart tells you before it's actually happening. All these are leading indicators. These are not lagging. We don't use moving averages per se, although they are handy sometimes. We are using leading indicators like convergence, divergence, change of character. So here we can see it if it comes up into this area, 52.90, I am very interested in this. Very strong sell power, 69, so I do expect the price to react and get rejected around here, 82.80, 82.90. Canadian Swiss to the upside, heading for our target 58.52, nothing to worry about there, but I will be looking to sell this at some stage. Pound Swiss, similar situation, looking for a pullback, but nothing urgent here yet, but something like this. Just flicking through the yens. The yens are all over the place. I wouldn't even bother with the yens yet. I've got a position on the Canadian yen. which looks good. So let's have a top-down analysis just to help you along. Well, there you go. Straight away, yeah. Straight away, you can see why. First of all, see how the price moves outside the channel, and then there's a reaction, and the price bounces. This is a Canadian trade more than a weakening of the yen trade. But we can see from the 4-hour chart, there's a beautiful, beautiful area of convergence here into this area. And so I'm just looking for my tools there. So we can see this area here is where you get in at the earliest opportunity to maximize the move. You can wait for change of character if you wish. 107.50 is the target. Pound yen, not much to say about that. Bitcoin looks like there's going to be a bounce into next week. Heading for, let's have a look at the daily chart. Just flick through, outside bar in an uptrend. You're highly likely to see a bounce in the next couple of days. Low volume might be a problem, but nonetheless this is going to bounce. Euro pound drifting, heading for 87.34. So some fantastic moves on the miners. Look out for all these miners: the Canadian Swiss, Aussie Swiss, New Zealand Swiss, Euro Swiss, Aussie New Zealand red hot. Euro New Zealand we're short anyway, making profits. Move that to break even. New Zealand Canadian to the upside. Pound Canadian to the downside when ready, and I will update you in the VIP room. If you're not in the VIP room, join. If you're not bothered, don't.